It's Ta. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today we're gonna look at some books that I've read in the past couple days. Um, Thankfully, two of them were on my TBR, so that kind of helped me accomplish a little bit of my TBR. But it's not looking good. I still have quite a few I haven't read, but we're gonna go with it. So these books are all Kindle Unlimited. So if you have the KU subscription, you can get them for free. But if not, I think they're all like $4 or less, if I'm not mistaken. So still pretty cheap, but with, like I said, Kindle, you can just borrow them and return them. So first one is a duet. The first one was on my TBR, and the second one I just added to it just because, and that is Written with Regret by Ali Martinez. And then also I read Written with You by Ali as well. This is about Caven and Hadley. They have met a few times now in their lives, and each time has been separated by a few years. And there was a tragic accident that happened they were both kind of involved or whatever 18 years ago, lots of loss, and that's kind of where the connection starts. I think it was about 18 years ago. And then Hadley shows back up in his life and then disappears again and it shows back up. And this time it's with a kid. So Hadley has like she has her own issues or whatever, but she has this kid that is for Caven, and she decides that the kid is going to have a better life than she did. Like, she's going to make sure of that. So she drops the kid with him, and then things progress. On his side, like, he's freaking out or whatever, but you watch how the situation go. Like, it was so good. So good. Like, I was rooting the whole time for a win, and the writing style this author uses is great. Absolutely loved it. The characters I found were built up really well, and just overall it was a very enjoyable book. Watching this father raise a daughter and all the struggles and up to a certain point. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this one. And I think I might be looking more into the author because I want to see what else is out there. And then the next book, also on my TBR, is The Favor by Suzanne Wright. And this one is about Vienna and Dane. Vienna had, like, I guess she had a favor or whatever to do. Like, she asked her boss for, and in return, he asked for one, and it was to become his wife for a year. That was interesting. The chemistry between the two, oh my god, off the charts. Just their work relationship was amazing. And then once they fulfilled what needed to be done, you know, the whole marriage and married for a year thing, just watching that and already kind of expecting, like, you kind of already had your, like, what was going to happen when a year was up. But yeah, so good. Dane, yeah, Dane's a very serious character, like a grumpy character, and it's just great. And just some of the situations that they have to deal with, the way he just handles it was anyway, that one was really good. And the next two that I'm going to talk about, well, it's two sets, and one is a trilogy with cliffhangers, and the other one is a 5-book thing. But like, I feel they could, so far they're not connected, but we shall see. All right, so next up we have Love is Sweet, Love is Salty, and nope, Love is Sweet. Yeah, Sweet, Salty, and Sour. I don't remember which order they went in. I think that's what it is. And this is by Nikki Grace. And y'all, these books were on a cliffhanger, obviously, up until the third one, which wrapped it all up. But this is about Piper. Yes, Piper, who is soon to be an ex-stripper. She went to college, got a job, everything's great, like she's gonna have a career or whatever, and her aunt is very important in her life, and she promised her aunt that this is the route she was going to take. And she's home from a flight, and she's in the airport, and all of a sudden the escalator sucks her skirt into it, and she's about to be exposed to the whole airport. And then all of a sudden this guy comes down the escalator and helps her get out of the predicament. And she's just like, oh my God, he's so sweet. Like, he helped me. He didn't have to. So she winds up talking with this guy or whatever, and they kind of hit it off. And we kind of go from there. But so many red flags, y'all. But like in the beginning, they're not obvious. But once they start getting obvious, it's like, oh. This one right here, I was not expecting the way that it turned out at all. Like, I was thinking, you know, meet a guy, fall in love with the guy, happily ever after, or maybe like, you know, they just took the story and split it up for you so they had more books released, whatever the case may be. But no, this one right here took a turn, like a really big turn, and I was on pins and needles, like reading it to figure out like what was going to actually happen by the third book. So yeah, it was kind of like a, not really say a mystery thriller, but like there was something kind of shady happening in the background, and she had to kind of get to the front of it. And wow, that one was really, really good. Like, I read all 3 of those books in like a day and a half. Like, I wanted to know what else. So that's what I did. I didn't mean to do it so fast, but that's just what happened. Because I never tracked my books whenever like all this COVID started happening, but like afterwards, I kind of went back and read, and like I read almost 400 books in 2020, which is great, but I didn't like physically track them, like with GoodReads or whatever. I just went through my Kindle Unlimited app, like I just started counting them, and oh my God. And that's how they get me, is with these books that leave on cliffhangers like this. I want the next one immediately, so I just roll right into it, and I think that's how Kindle has hooked me. Possibly. All right, in the last series, I just started. I'm only on book 2, but I feel like it's going to be a good series. And this is, what is it called? Righteous is the name of the series, and it's by Brooklyn Cross. Sorry, I have everything written down right here. The first book is called Darkside of the Cloth, and this one is about Dean. He is, he was born into a cartel, like his father is a leader, and he was basically raised to grow up to take over said cartel. But he didn't want that. So when the army came calling, he immediately jumped in with the army to escape his father. So he went through all of the, you know, the training, the war, the everything, and then he was offered a job by the Righteous. They kind of explain to you what the Righteous is, and it's basically like a, used to be part of the government, but the government kind of like overthrew it or whatever. But the Righteous group is a highly trained set of people who get rid of certain situations. And you have to be like elite, top of your class type deal to be even considered. And he has joined the Righteous, and they gave him his first assignment. His first assignment is to wear a collar as a priest in a small town and take care of said threats that he was issued. Not every righteous person does the same thing, from what I can gather. It just depends on where you are, I'm assuming. So anyway, he dons the priest situation, and he starts living his perfect life in a small town. And everything seems to be going hunky-dory for him, doing his job as the priest and with the righteous people. Everything's on track. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful person named Yasmin or Yasmin, I'm not quite sure how you say it, Jacobs, comes out, and she is just like, she's feeling him, but she knows that, like, I'm not really supposed to because he's a priest, and the whole thing. And she is also a lost soul, I guess you would say, kind of. She's a survivor with survivor's guilt. Um, her sister was taken years and years and years and years ago, and she was with her sister, and she survived this. So, like, she's trying to um deal with it, but, like, she's affected by it. There's all kind of stuff going on for the poor girl. And she is also the funeral home director. So that is why they have a lot of interaction, but it kind of gets the best of her. And, like, she's legit attracted to this man, and she can kind of tell, like, there's some sexual tension there, but, he's a priest. So we get to experience how he deals with it behind the scenes type thing, how she's dealing with it, and just, like, them fighting to be together, to not be together. Like, it's great. But if you take out that romance part of it too, it's still a really good story. Like, you get to see how he does his actual job, not the priest stuff, but the other stuff. So there's some pretty cool concepts there, but it's pretty hot and steamy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm enjoying the crap out of it. So I finished that one, and then I started the second one, which is Revenged by the Dark. And this one is about Aaron, I think is how you say his name, or I don't remember. I think it's Aaron or something close to it. And then Renee and their relationship. And he also has it's kind of the same thing. He works for the righteous, but he's from the Navy, not the Army. So it doesn't matter which branch you're in, apparently. And like I said, there's 5 books. So maybe each branch will get their own book. I don't know. But so same thing with this one. We get to see him go through the military and how that affected him, and now he works for the righteous. And Renee has some issues on her side, and you got the big bossy alpha who's gonna take care of everything, but, like, keep everybody safe and also keep himself kind of under the radar so nobody, like, knows who he is type thing. So yeah. Absolutely love Brooklyn Cross's writing style. Very enjoyable scenes. Very enjoyable story overall. The characters I find are very well developed. I'm absolutely in love with one of the characters from Ravaged by the Dark. Like I said, I'm not done with that one yet. I'm almost done though. There's a character in there. He is just too sweet, and I love him. Love him. So yeah, those. I think I'm gonna wind up finishing this series. It doesn't seem to be, like, super repetitive. Like, some series when it's the same, like, it's always a different character, but, like, kind of the same concept. How it can kind of just be rinse and repeat. I feel like this one, it's not exactly rinse and repeat. Like, I feel like there's enough differences that it's kind of keeping me intrigued enough at this point. But like I said, I'm only on book 2. I'm almost done. I think I got like 15% left or something like that. So I'm going to finish that up here in the next few, and then probably start book 3, because like I said, that's what Kindle Unlimited does to you. That's what it does. It's like, oh, you're finished. Do you want the next one? And I'm like, why not? Why not? Give me the next one. Like, let me just read all the time. So yeah, those are the books that I've read instead of really reading all of my TBR. Not to mention, I did listen to some on audiobooks from the library, but I'll talk about those later. I just want to talk about these Kindle Unlimited ones first. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to go finish this book and see what happens with their relationship, and then how hot and steamy it gets. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.